Hey, this is Don Walters coming to you from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I just want to talk to you about an experience that I've had in the past with some of the patients that I've worked with at these different residential facilities. For those in California, you know what those are. In other states, I'm not sure how you set up if you know what a residential facility is here. Here's where we have some people that are on disability that require some level of supervision. It may be minimal supervision, it might be full supervision. So we have what these residential facilities call board and cares, independent facilities, and so forth. And I've spent a lot of time going to these facilities and talking to these clients, and I've gotten real comfortable with them, and they've gotten comfortable with me. But what I notice sometimes is what they tell me, they'll tell the doctor sometimes something different. Sometimes they'll tell the doctor a little bit more than what they told me. Sometimes they'll tell me a little bit more than what they told the doctor, and even times completely different. And what I found out a lot of times is that some of these clients, when they go in, especially these clients that were for these CNS studies, clients that are schizophrenia or, dealing with, bipolar, and they might tell me one thing thinking, okay, well, even though I trust Don, I want to really get into this study. And the motivation might be for money or whatever their personal motivation may be. They might tell me just enough, and no matter how much I probe, they're giving me this information, that information. But when they get to the doctor, they're going to sit there and they might figure, well, hey, I've gotten past Don, I'm in because I made it to the doctor. So I can tell everything to the doctor. And they might tell the doctor stuff that may be exclusionary, things that they should have told me to begin with, even though I pressed them and I pressed them to tell me the truth. So sometimes, too, whenever we're out there screening these people in the field, we really have to press for them to be honest with us and tell them that if you're not honest with us, we can't help you. And you'll end up wasting your time, the doctor's time, everybody's time involved. So they have to let you know everything up front. And that's the same thing, too, when they get to the sites. I've had them, too, tell me things, and they're showing all the symptoms, and they're pretty much in the ballpark as far as the criteria. And they get to the clinical site, and they kind of freeze up, or they back up from the coordinator. Maybe they're uncomfortable with them. Maybe because they just don't know them and they're not comfortable with them. And then they don't tell them everything, and they don't give them all the symptoms that they gave me. And the coordinators or the doctors look and say, well, hey, I don't know why this person came in here. They don't meet the criteria. They're not even near meeting the criteria. So anyway, these are some of the things that I've experienced, and I've known that some other coordinators and different clinical sites have experienced. So it's good. It's important that we have a line of questioning already set up that we want to ask these people, and you really got to press them, and you got to do everything you can to try to make them comfortable where they can trust you enough to tell you. Because definitely if you're dealing with somebody who's paranoid, you've already got an issue right there. And if they don't know you, then they're still going to be at a little bit of a distance and not sure whether or not they should tell you everything, especially if you get with the patients that are really have a lot of positive symptoms going on. I mean, sometimes they're really not trusting, and they kind of play games with you. I've had ones that just say crazy things and just to avoid answering the question for the coordinators, and it frustrates the coordinators. So it's important that we set these people at ease, and that we try to do the best we can to build a rapport, even if we're busy. Got to build that rapport to get the best information so that we're not wasting our time bringing people in that shouldn't be there. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody out there. If you have any input on those issues, please contact us. This is Don Walters coming to you from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you.